Hey guys, Vedant here, and I just wanted to tell you guys that I just got a new editing software last week. I replaced Movie Maker with Premiere Pro, and it so far looks fantastic. I also redesigned the entire set, or my room basically, so let's get started. The Jungle Book is a 2016 live-action adaptation of Jungle Book, and is the 12th film adaptation as well of, well, I just said the Jungle Book. And with there's also a 13th adaptation set to be released on 19th of October 2018. Wow, I'm gonna be college then. These Disney movies really make you feel old, don't they? I still remember watching the original 1967 animated movie in like daycare, which was like 2003, 4, maybe 5. I don't really remember, but I do remember that in daycare, while most kids fell asleep during nap time, there were actually some kids who, awake and playing with their toys. But when we were bored of the toys, our teacher showed us this movie on the Jungle Book on VHS. And so then I bought a lot of the Jungle Book merchandise after that. Like I bought the storyboards, I bought the action figures, and a whole lot more from Magic Kingdom and Disneyland. So I've grown up with the Jungle Book. I've seen the Jungle Book. I've become familiar with the Jungle Book. But that was a long time ago, so walking into this movie, I really thought this was going to be primarily a kids movie. That even if I did like it, I would still prefer the 1967 movie. Well, let me tell you guys something. This movie blew my mind. This movie was amazing. The most surprising thing to me was that even though this film was shot entirely in LA rather than the actual jungle, which would actually kind of make sense, but okay. But the CGI, it just it just looked great. I don't know if some of the animals look entirely realistic or a little bit cartoonish or some kind, but that didn't really bother me since yeah, they look completely real, and it's surprising that we're at this point in time where we can actually use CGI and use it to recreate animals, environments, even dead people like Paul Walker. We miss you, Paul. I won't really bother into the story since I'm sure you already know about the story if you read it back then, or you probably watched it like two or other times like my other friends have. But the story is incredibly well told, even for people like me who haven't watched or read the Jungle Book in over 10 years. Since while there are stuff I remember from the VHS, such as Mowgli being captured by the giant ape, I wasn't sitting there like confused or anything. Like I instantly remembered, and I think that's a great thing about this film is that it's a simple story. Like this kid named Mowgli, he's lived in the jungle for pretty much his entire life, and he gets told by Bagheera, no, not Bagheera, he gets told by Shere Khan that he has to leave, and so then he leaves, and so then it's his journey. It's a really well told story, and this is probably one of my favorite Disney movies ever. There are also really excellent messages in this movie about teamwork, and it's not entirely like, preachy or whatever, but it shows how the animals are stronger in a pack than being alone, and how all the animals did work together to save Mowgli. But on the darker side, this movie is likely to be very scary for younger viewers. There are intense scenes, and the plot of the movie is centered around the fact that Mowgli gets a death threat from Shere Khan, who is a very scary character who actually does throw a wolf off a cliff. Mowgli gets chased and attacked numerous times throughout the film, and there are quite a few jump scares that literally are really scary for me too. The tiger does scratch Mowgli on the chest, which leaves scratches with a lot of blood rushing out of them. Like not too much, but still a lot of blood for young kids to see. And Bill Murray, the guy from Ghostbusters, from a movie that's over 30 years old, as Baloo, was awesome. This guy did a fantastic job. Like I think he has a very iconic role at this point, and so then I think he does a fantastic job. And There are a few changes from the classic, but they're relatively minor, and even if they are big changes or small changes or something, they're good changes. Neil Sethi as Mowgli does a really good job in this movie as his debut film, but there are moments where his eyes are a little bit shaky, as if he doesn't really know what to focus on, which is kind of understandable since it can be hard even for, me or other people who have been in this industry for some while. It's hard to visualize a CGI environment as if it was real, and this is also his first movie. He's relatively young and relatively new, so I can forgive that. But the scene with Scarlett Johansson as Ka seemed just like exposition or really exposition heavy, but it's still very visually stunning. Christopher Walken as the giant walking ape was also very great in this role. I think the best part about this movie is not only the CGI and the great storytelling, but also that it was made for both kids and adults and that they can both enjoy this. It can be enjoyed by kids and adults and teenagers. I don't know, we don't fit in anywhere. My movie hall was packed with both demographics, and I completely agree. This film can be enjoyed by both demographics. Kids who are hearing the story for the very first time will instantly fall in love with this movie, and so will the other crowd. And they will call this their version of the Jungle Book. Like, you really can't top this. Like, the new movie that they are coming out in 2018, I don't even think that they probably won't even come close to this movie. Like, I think this is the best live action or at least adaptation of the Jungle Book we've had so far. Like, it's just that well made. So, in conclusion, would I recommend this movie? Yes, I highly recommend you watch this movie. I think besides Zootopia, this will probably be in the top 5 movies of the year, or at least the top three. Zootopia, if it does come, I'm probably going to watch it on TV and then I might review it. I don't know, but what do you guys think about this review? So, if you like this video, like it and comment what you think about the Jungle Book, or if you're excited, or if you've seen any other adaptations, or if you're excited for the 2018, or is this the best Jungle Book movie? Please like this video, comment, and if you like this video, you can check out my other videos. And if you like them, please subscribe to this channel. Vedant, out.